What exactly is reality? Let's talk about that. Good morning! Welcome to Daily Cup of Joe with your host, me, Josh. So I was online last night and I read an article about this thing called Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Basically, it makes you perceive size, shape, and even time differently than what they really are. This can be brought forth by migraines, use of psychoactive drugs, or sleep deprivation. Now, the disease itself is actually not all that fantabulous, but it did get me thinking. How much of our reality is real, and how much of our reality is just how we perceive it? Turns out that question is way too complicated for me to discuss it extensively in this video while it makes sense. So I'm going to have to break it down. So to give a basic, very oversimplified explanation, we need to start here. There are two major thoughts on reality. The first one is direct. Now, direct realism basically means that everything is as it is, and we perceive it basically as it is. For instance, this table is blue because it's blue. It's cold because it's cold. It has 4 legs because it has 4 legs. Indisputable fact. On the other hand, indirect realism basically states that most of reality is more what we perceive than what it actually is. For instance, this table is blue because we perceive it that way. This table is cold because we perceive it that way. My senses tell me that this table has 4 legs. It doesn't necessarily actually have 4 legs. A good proof of this actually comes from our eyes. So, we perceive color because of the way that light waves reflect off of an object. So, to that extent, this table is not actually blue. The reason that we see it as blue is because of how our brains interpret what our eyes see and the reflecting light waves off of this table, which is why some people are colorblind. Your brains perceive it differently. When I touch this table, my hands send a signal to my brain with the temperature, and currently they are saying that it is cold. This, in fact, may not even be true. In fact, the way we know if something is hot or cold or just right is by these little things called thermoreceptors that are just underneath our skin. They tell the temperature and send it to our brain, and our brain interprets that signal to tell us if we are hot or cold. That's why in the same room, one person might need a blanket to stay warm, while another is stripping off clothes because they're too hot. So what am I getting at? At least some of reality is simply how we perceive it. Now, I would argue that yes, this table is in fact at this second currently here, and that it does in fact have 4 legs. That to me is indisputable fact. However, its color, its temperature, and even its size may not be exactly how I believe it to be. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, God bless and have a great day.